Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Will we see 2021 dated Morgan and Peace dollars? Let's explore. This is a story that I had covered a while ago, and there was some legislation out there to create a commemorative program for these two coins. Very exciting. I think most collectors and stackers think this would be a great idea. But there's other legislation that has sort of trumped these particular pieces, unfortunately, because we know special interest does weigh heavily upon what goes on in Congress. And it would take an act of Congress to make this happen. Well, now there's a new plan here, according to this Coin Week article here, which is really spread around the community. Valente first sent me this. It was published very recently, and Silver Wolverine was on the ball and posted a great video about it. But I'm going to cover it here to share with other viewers. There's a lot of crossover there, but I think it might reach some of you out here. This is very interesting indeed. This is by Bullion Shark LLC through CoinWeek.com. And I think it really does propel us into what potentially could be with this program as something that's long overdue in my view as to what this will touch on. So last year, the 1921 Silver Dollars Commemorative Coin Act was proposed, which would issue 2021 dated Morgan silver dollars and peace dollars. In fact, one aspect of that bill would have made the 21 peace dollar a high relief like the original 1921 peace dollar. Though the proposed program remains popular with collectors, the bill never gained much support in Congress. Just before the year ended, the Congress passed the Law Enforcement Commemorative Coin Act, which we already have a law enforcement commemorative coin, which really I'm getting more and more jaded by the commemorative coin program as each year passes. You can see an example of that in my newest unboxing of the basketball commemorative coins. And then it had passed the Christa McAuliffe Commemorative Coin Act, and that is a program that has been touted for quite a number of years now. And of course, the problem with that program is, well, it's one person that died on that space shuttle Challenger. What about the rest of the people that died? Did they not make the ultimate sacrifice going through the program as well? Christa McAuliffe was the first teacher to go into space, but nonetheless, it kind of elevates her, and the others are forgotten. Since only 2 commemorative programs can be issued per year, this appeared to mean there would be no 2021 Morgan and Peace dollars. But on March 11th, a new approach to doing this was proposed by Representative Andy Barr from Kentucky, the 6th Congressional District of Kentucky. And it would be the 1921 Silver Dollar Coin Anniversary Act, H.R. 6192, which, if enacted, would result in the issuance of 2021 dated Morgan and Peace silver dollars to mark the centennial of the transition in 1921 from the Morgan dollar to the Peace dollar series. Those coins would not be commemoratives, but would be legal tender silver coins issued beginning January 1, 2021 that contain at least 90% silver, which is the new standard now for commemorative coins too, that they must be at least 90% silver, which gives the mint leeway to use the 999 fine silver designation. Now, there's another reason why I'm jaded with the commemorative series, because there's always a way to get more coins out there, and where do they fall? Like the American Liberty, those are collector type coins and metals and the like, but it's not really a part of the commemorative program, but it's kind of in a world of its own. There was also, and I haven't heard anything about this, it's not on the U.S. Mint's product schedule, but the Mayflower commemorative quarter-ounce gold medal. And that, we don't hear anything more about that at all. I did a video about that as well. For all intents and purposes, it would be a a commemorative coin, but they're not marketing as such. Whatever happened to it? Is it still going to happen? I don't know. If it does happen, do I get it, as I am a completist and trying to keep up with the program, or not? In 1984, when they did the Olympic $10 gold coins, they did them for all 4 mints. And I decided to go ahead and get all of those because they were technically commemorative. They were each version, and they were in proof. And it's very expensive. It took a lot to get those to happen. And keeping up with the series, and plus collecting coins that I don't necessarily like. In this particular case, I would really like these coins, but it's really got me jaded. But nonetheless, back to this issue, because I think there's something that could sprout from this that I think could be very, very good for not only collectors, but also stackers. Some media reports have suggested this would be a bullion program that would parallel the American Silver Eagle series. And there you go, folks. That is what I think should happen in reality. The Mint does not currently have any plans to create an ongoing program of coins issued after 2021. However, the bill's language is intended broad in order to give the United States Mint flexibility. I think they should do it. It is possible, for example, that rather than issue the coins each year from 1921, they might be issued every 10 years for the 110th anniversary, etc. Screw that. Just mint them every year. Let's have a 2022 piece and Morgan dollar. Let's have a 2025. Let's do it every year. The American Silver Eagle is a nice backbone to the program, just as the American Gold Eagle. But we have the Buffalo Gold, and so why not have another silver coin? I mean, the America the Beautiful 5-ounce coins, they're nice, but they're only for the lengths of that series. For the America the Beautiful, and also the 5-ounce size is not very convenient in that they're 3-inch and they're very, very thin. They're not really stack friendly coins. Those specifications designated by Congress were very difficult to maintain, especially with the edge lettering on those, and it was really poorly planned from a congressional level for those America the Beautiful 5-ounce bullion coins there. But I think this could be something that most of the community and most stackers out there would adhere to. Now, the only problem with this is that it's rehashing old designs, which is unfortunate, because I think most of us out there really don't trust the Mint to come up with some really just mind-blowing designs that represent the ideals of America. In fact, most people are critical, including myself, of the American Liberty program, which every 2 years comes out with a different gold coin and silver metals. None of the years, in my view, really represent the strong ideals of liberty and freedom, although they're not bad. They're not, the three different designs that are out now are not horrible, but they're certainly not the most, that I don't see them as being the most attractive and best examples. It's like they're trying to get it right each time, and they, or there's some other motive in some of the design elements, and they kind of fall short. Same thing with some of the reverses of the platinums that they've been doing. Some have been okay, others not so much. But there's a design challenge, of course, with American Silver Eagles having new reverses for 2021. That is another example of what's people are really nervous about what those designs are going to be. So moving ahead here, the legislation, which is the brainchild of Thomas Uram, who's the current chairman of the Citizens Coinage Advisory Committee, and CCAC member and numismatic author Michael Moran, proposes the striking of Morgan silver dollars at the Denver, Philadelphia, and San Francisco mints, with mint marks, and Morgan dollars with Carson City and New Orleans privy marks in tribute to the coins once made at those mints, and high-relief piece dollars struck at the Philadelphia mint. There may also be metals with the designs of famous George T. Morgan patterns like the schoolgirl dollar and others. Details like mintages, finishes, and pricing are not yet known. Would that be pretty neat? I kind of doubt they're going to do any of that, but Thomas Uram recently said that the Mint strongly supports the proposed coin program and that it has been estimated that it could generate as much as $31 million in revenue. I think that's probably a lowball figure. I bet you that it could generate more excitement. He also noted that currently there are efforts to put together a companion Senate bill to the House bill that has been introduced and which has 17 original co-sponsors. Unlike commemorative coin bills that require 2/3 of each congressional body to co-sponsor them, this bill could pass with a simple majority. The COVID-19 pandemic and economic recovery have been the main focus of Congress for months, but as the country starts to open up, the silver dollar bill will hopefully move forward. And so, yeah, you can contact your congressional representatives, and I'll put a link to this article so you can go to this form here, and you can fill it out and contact them and let them know you're for this. Ask them to support the bill if that's what you so desire. And but yeah, it's interesting indeed. I think it's a good piece of legislation here, but I think they should just do it every year. But it'll give the Mint flexibility. The legislation would. We'll see what happens. But I do think it would be nice to have a separate bullion program with at least these, and maybe even open it up to other things. I mean, good grief, look what the Royal Canadian Mint does. Look at what Perth Mint does and other mints. They have multiple bullion and premium bullion programs out there. Why not the United States? You know, they're missing out on a lot of opportunities, not only for revenue, but also just for collectors and stackers out there to have something with recognizability from the United States Mint. It's not going to hurt the Eagle program. In fact, I would dare say that the Buffalo has provided an opportunity for to have another option. And there's a lot of people, including myself, that love the Buffalo. Very well done piece. So post your thoughts below. Thanks again to Valente for sending this along to me, and Silver Wolverine for his video on this topic. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.